Thank you, Brother Eric, and Educate California for the incredible work you're doing. And I had an opportunity to do a webinar discussion with Eric about a week and a half ago, and he went through the website, and it was just absolutely incredible what information it has compiled, and now it is accessible to all in our communities. And I've even told people outside of California to go on it because it's so important that our families be informed. I want to recognize Marielena Meraz, our Executive Director for the LA office, and her dynamic team that is sitting over here. Marielena and her team have now, in the past 10 plus years, graduated more than 180,000 parents in the LA area. PICA is in its 24th year. Having started in San Diego, then moved throughout the state of California, we now have 10 regional offices and 3 satellite offices as a result of a historic agreement with the California State University system. And I want to thank Chancellor Reed, Dr. Ross, and all the CSU family for bringing us into their network and offering us the opportunity to expand our work. We now are working in 38 of the 58 counties in California, stretching our teams pretty thin, asking them to do some extensive travel, but our goals are to open 5 to 7 more regional offices in the years to come. In our 24 years now, just in California, we're now exceeding 500,000 families, 18 different languages. We started out primarily working with Latino families, but as we walked into our schools, we realized that there was 100 plus languages being spoken. So we made the commitment. Anytime we found a group of parents, 15 or more, that had another primary language, we would translate our curriculum. We would bring people from their community to graduate from our program, and then train and develop them to go back into their respective communities in order to give their parents information, strategy, skills, and the knowledge to go into the schools and to support their children's education. We follow a lot of our methodology and practice by Paulo Freire, the great Brazilian educator, who once said, "No child will learn from a teacher that they do not perceive loves them." And so we added, beyond the 9-week parent education program, we added a 6-hour teacher workshop, and we now have graduated over 2,500 teachers in California who have gone through our workshops so that they can learn how to develop strategies in their schools to develop parent engagement, parent involvement in a very meaningful way. We also, because many of the financial institutions have supported our work, once they saw that we were reaching, just in California, up to 35,000 parents a year, they asked us to add a family financial literacy component. So to those schools that these financial institutions support us in, we add 2 2-hour financial literacy workshops, and we give parents strategies so they don't become victims to predator lenders. They learn how to use the banking system in our nation, because many of our parents are immigrants. And so we also teach them how to set up the Plan 529. And in fact, we piloted through the State Department Treasurer's Office here in LA with Marielena's team, a Plan 529 where parents can learn how to set up college savings accounts that are deferred so that they can put money away for their children's education. And what greater message do we send our children when they know we're putting away money for their college, and college is part of their future. Now, PICA, our greatest energy and enthusiasm comes every 9 weeks when we get to witness the graduation and the transformation of parents. A farm worker in Northern California got up for his class and stated, "I learned from PICA that I am the architect of my children's future, and I must decide which bus they get on, the bus to work to the fields or the bus to the university. I declare tonight, my children will be on the bus to the universities." So it is those kind of powerful statements. And now we learned, we're not only working in California, we're now working in 5 other states. And we learned by accident almost a few years ago in Texas, and we now ask our parents, every graduating class of PICA, the classes are 25 to 30 parents, and each class identifies one parent who at the graduation will get up and give a testimony of what they learned and how they're going to apply it. And we now ask them to take the last 3 minutes of their presentation and talk directly to their children in the audience. And it has everybody in tears. And so now and our CSU presidents all told the chancellor, David knew how to get to our hearts. He had us come to the graduations, and once you're there and you hear the parents, you have those presidents for life. And all the other deans that come from the different universities. A couple months ago, we had a graduation, the largest we've had in Central California, 275 parents at one high school. And the mother, we now are putting her speech on our website, but gave such a powerful speech. And she talked about that she had not been able to complete her college. She had only done 2 years at a community college, but then focused her life on her children. And now with the tools and information that Bika had provided her, she would make sure that all her children completed their college. And at the end of her presentation, the dean from the school, Cal State Fresno, walked up to our director and said, please give that parent my card. I want to meet with her so that we can ensure that she completes her college education. And the director said, Dean, I think it would be more appropriate if you handed it to her. And she walked up, and the dean walked up and handed it to her, and the mother started crying and yelled out to the Bika staff, this is not only my children's day, it is also my day, for a dean just approached me to meet with him so that I can complete my 4-year degree at Cal State Fresno. So it is these kinds of experiences that have left us just knowing that we must continue our work. We now have 2 operations in Texas, 1 in Arizona. We set up best practices on 6 Indian reservations in Montana, Crow and Cheyenne, and we set up the program in Minnesota in a school district, and they called it SAPEO, Connecting Parents to Educational Opportunities. The 2 African-American doctors, beautiful women, powerful women, retired about a year ago, and they now have contacted us, and they want to put Bika out into the community, and their legacy to Minnesota will be that they will expand it throughout the state. And so we're now, in fact, I'm leaving Monday to Minnesota. It's pretty cold over there. But I'll be there, and we will continue our work. We actually opened an office and we just suspended that office in Virginia at Fairfax George Mason University. We're now housing our operations in universities or community colleges because they immediately give us access to all the school districts. I want to leave you with a quote by one of my favorite poets, a Chilean poet named Pablo Neruda. Pablo Neruda, in one of his poems, No Me Lo Pidan, Don't Ask Me For It, ends with these 2 beautiful lines. Tengo un pacto de amor con la hermosura, tengo un pacto de sangre con mi gente. I have a pact of love with all that is beautiful, but I have a pact of blood with all my people. And so as we all move forward, and I thank all of you for being here, for doing the tremendous work of the other recipients that are being recognized here tonight, we have to ensure that all our children get a quality and an option of a post-secondary education, and together I'm convinced we can do it. Thank you.